Hey everybody, this is Erika Szabo, welcome back. So today I'm going to be reviewing a little game called Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. I've been looking forward to this since I believe E3. Really looking forward to it. It's not really a full game, it's a small game, but it has quite a bit of content in it considering. So I just wanted to give you a little bit of a rundown of the game, what you can expect before its release, and yeah, let you know if it's worth it. So let's get started. Now if you played Super Mario 3D World, you might recognize this as The Adventures of Captain Toad, which was a series of mini-games very much like Captain Toad, except Captain Toad Treasure Tracker is more full-fledged. Here we have a lot more stages, and we have a lot more to explore. I think that it was a pretty big favorite for a lot of people when they played 3D World, so it's nice to see that Nintendo decided to expand on something like that. It's also expanded in terms of story as well. Here we play as Toad as he goes out to rescue Toadette from the evil clutches of our very Kamek-esque villain Wingo. And yeah, it's a nice little change of pace. It's nice returning to Toad. It reminds me of my Super Mario 2 days, and it's a fresh little game that I'm happy to have tried. If you're not familiar with Captain Toad or The Adventures of Captain Toad, it's a puzzle platformer tasking you with finding the end of each stage as well as collecting a predetermined amount of gems in each stage. Spatial reasoning is a very important part of the game, having you problem solve your way through each level and finding each gem. Level designs are great, offering fun puzzle platforming that changes up between levels. The variety is definitely there, always testing your spatial reasoning. I particularly liked levels where you got to interact with the level design via the gamepad, as well as the more stealth-oriented levels, like in Ocarina of Time where you're sneaking into Hyrule Castle. I love that so much. I swear that was probably one of my favorite parts about that game. But, however, it's still not as substantial as, say, Fez. Now, Fez is just something else entirely. If you're looking for an incredible game that's in the same sort of vein, then definitely check that one out. Captain Toad is a nice upgrade from its minigame predecessor, offering about 70 stages, which is pretty good. It's all split between different books, and those different books have different levels of difficulty. However, each book, I don't even know how many stages are in each book. I can't really remember off the top of my head, but I will tell you right now, each book is about an hour and a half to 2 hours in length. That adds up then to about 8 to 10 hours of gameplay. That may or may not be enough for you, but do take into consideration if you are a completionist, that may extend to possibly 10 to 15 hours. The game does get pretty difficult, and you definitely want to play through each stage several times in order to get everything, right? So there is that factor involved too, and that's something you definitely want to consider. It still makes you question whether or not the game is really worth it for its cost, which I will get into later. But you know, that's all up to you at the end of the day. Personally, I would have preferred to have, instead of having my stages split up in kind of like a storybook format, I would have much rather had something like Fez, where it is open concept. You have this whole world to explore, and you can decide which direction you go in, and what you do first and what you don't. And then you unlock different areas with those different difficulties. That's just what I think. I feel like the game would have been more substantial with that. The game offers a lot, but it's just not enough for my personal tastes. At the end of the day, Captain Toad is a really fun little puzzle platformer that I really enjoyed. It had a lot of really cool stages, but I still wonder to myself, does it warrant the cost? You know, $39.99 is still pretty steep considering the amount of playthrough you get in something like this. That's up to you at the end of the day. Considering this is really fun, maybe it will be worth it for you. Maybe this is something you'll want to try out for yourself. Or maybe it won't be enough. Personally, I would love to see some sort of like DLC for a game like this, and I find that the storybook format really lends itself to that. However, at the same time, I still do feel like an open concept feel like in Fez would really lend well to it as well. I feel like it would do really well in that type of format. This is one of those games that is so short and sweet, and it has so much potential to branch forward, it has so much potential to branch off into something so much more. Will we get something like that? I really hope so. I really do, but it's very hard to say. So I hope you enjoyed my review of Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. Fun little game. Really interested to hear what you think, and if you are interested in buying it for yourself, I want to give a big thank you to Nintendo for sending me a review code for this game. I plan on playing a bit more before I move on to my next couple games because I got a lot in store this week and next week, so we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this. Please stay tuned for lots more videos in the future. Please leave your comments below, and I'll talk to y'all later, okay? Alright, peace.